Shot of Brandy podcast. Episode 125. Episode 125. And here, man, with a creator of 3 podcasts. 3. It's crazy. And here, man, with a Xander. AT podcast, man. What's good with you, man?
What's up, man? I appreciate you letting me come on the show, bro.
Nah, man, I appreciate you coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you reached out to me, man, but I was too busy and I was too ahead, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the universe got us linked up now.
Yeah, I know what that's like, though.
Yeah, man. What's good with you, though, man? How's the podcast going, man?
It's going, bro. I think, you know, it's a long race. It ain't something you don't get short term at all.
Right, exactly.
It's definitely a marathon.
Okay,
you know,
right.
Nipsey say it's a marathon.
Oh yeah.
It's rough out here, but you got to keep going with the podcast game. It's a long term.
Man, so what made you want to start your podcast?
Like we talked about before, it was tax, you know, at the 2014 era, I think I want to say it was at the peak, in my opinion, for hip hop podcasts, at least.
Exactly.
We had tax season dropping on Wednesday. We had Joe Budden dropping on Wednesday. We had the Combat Jack show. We had,
so you know your history on this podcast, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when that shit was going on, I was listening, and I liked how they could just do whatever they want, especially Tax. I think you know too. Tax be kicking it on his show and just talking shit.
Exactly. Like, how did you find Tax? Because Tax is the reason why I started my podcast. You know what I'm saying? But how did you find her?
Charlemagne the God, I'm pretty sure. It was the Brilliant Idiots. They had Tax on. And I remember Tax was talking about the time he got shot or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this man funny as fuck.
Right.
Man, wild. So I was like, let me check his stuff out. And then it was all from there. I was like, bet, I'm going to check him out. And then Joe Budden came about.
Right.
And I just started getting into all the history of it. And I was like, fuck, I need to start my own show. This is pretty cool to see that. And
I found Tax on on Twitter first.
Oh, word? Yeah, that's how a lot of people found him on Twitter.
Yeah. Like, his tweets was real too. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen him start the podcast. So his first episode, he put the link out, and that's how I even knew what a podcast was. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he literally is the reason he was the main reason you started for real. Okay, bad. Because
he's the main reason to, like, just to show me that I can be diverse. I can talk raw. I can still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he shows so much, you know what I'm saying? And then he tricked himself off. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we talked about that shit. Yeah. That shit still make me mad to this day, bro.
Right. Nah, man, but where you from, though?
From Moore, Oklahoma.
Okay, Moore, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I grew up around a lot of white kids, unfortunately. I don't say unfortunately, but, you know, it's a different environment, and you kind of don't get a taste of, I won't say reality, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? I go home, and my family different from when I go to school. It's type of just different environments and shit.
Mm-hmm. Man, well, I grew up, from kindergarten to 12th grade, man, in Edmond, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I went back to a black neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So how was it for you being in, like, Moore? You know what I'm saying? Because Moore, it's like, it's an uppity Edmond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Way uppity. Yeah.
It's pretty uppity. I think that's what kept me grounded, though, is my parents, they came from the struggle. And I told you, my dad from the east side, my mom's from the south side. So it was still that culture, I guess, put into me. So that, you know, I come home, you know, trash better be taken out, room better be clean, shit like that. Right. My dad checking on me with the grades. You know, boy, you see your cousins in jail, whatever, you better, you know what to do. Like, I don't care if you around them white kids. I know, you know, so I had to get that instilled in me. Them telling me just because you're around those kids that do got the rich families and they do whatever they want and act however, don't mean you gonna do that too. So that's mainly what it was for me.
So you grew up in a two
Yeah. My parents are divorced since I was born. Yeah, so I had 2 different just environments and cultures because my mom's Mexican, my dad's black. So I got 2 different perspectives on everything. Really.
Man. So how was that though? Like, because sometimes, like, man, my mixed friends are sometimes confused on what side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But it's no side that they got to pick though, because they didn't even choose that life. You know what I'm saying? So. Man, so how was it for you though?
It was just different. I mean, like, my parents were kind of different, so I was glad they weren't together also. But as far as the different cultures, I'm glad I came from that background because I really got to experience both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Man, and that's what I say too. Like, I'm glad that I got to experience like my white friends, and then I got go home to my black friends. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because you really get to, I guess, get a lot of perspectives on a lot of shit when you go home and your mom Mexican, your dad black, and then you go to school with a bunch of white kids, and you just get a lot of culture.
Oh, okay.
You get to learn a lot of shit from a lot of different people.
Oh, so your mom is Mexican?
Yeah, my mom is Mexican. Yeah.
Okay, man. So how was those dinners and shit like coming up?
Everybody asked me that. It was dope. I mean, what's weird though, my mama don't be cooking or nothing.
Oh, okay.
But we have family cookouts and shit though. My aunts and grandmas and shit. Oh man, it's amazing Mexican food. Galore.
So can you speak Spanish?
No, I cannot.
Why not?
And everybody asks me that. My mom had this tendency to say, I didn't want y'all in my business. So when she used to be talking on the phone and she be, talking shit about us or something or just saying some shit, she starts speaking in Spanish, or she want to say some shit that she wants to know. She immediately starts speaking Spanish. So that's her reason why. But I don't know. I think she just maybe just didn't take time to teach us. I don't know.
Yeah, but what about you, man, just learning it like yourself? Like, you can't blame it on your mom.
Exactly. I know that's what everybody say. I tried to learn it, but I don't know. I just never got the ability to learn it. I don't know what it was, but I still want to though, just because it is my culture. So one day in the future, I do want to learn it and teach my kids as well to learn it.
Right. So was you around like in Mexico anywhere?
No, not really. My mom's from Laredo, Texas, so that's like deep in Texas.
Right.
I went to Mexico a few times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I wasn't really around Mexico or nothing, but my family is very, I have some that obviously not legal here and such, so I had to, they're really cultured.
Right.
And, in their roots, I guess, so.
Right. Then you go back to like your black side, and how was that? It's
crazy,
different though.
Way different.
Like it's a 360, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let me say, I guess Mexican culture, my mom had the tendency to be like, as long as you're not in my face, I don't really care. Like, you better just not be getting in trouble, but you better not be in my face. I got shit to do. I got to go to work. You better not be causing problems.
Right.
My dad, on the other hand, what you doing, boy? He would always say, idle's hands is devil workshop. Like, what the fuck you doing? You need to be doing some shit. You need to be on it. You know what I'm saying? So it was just different, all around. Going home to Pops, and he, checking report cards, and he looking at shit, going to parent-teacher conferences, and he on me, you know what I'm saying? So I think you know how that go, in the black culture.
Well, I don't know how that go, because I didn't grow up with a father. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got that experience though. You know what I'm saying? Now that you're grown, how do you look back on that, that upbringing of him on you like that all the time?
We went through a period where me and my father didn't speak. Like when I got to high school, me and him didn't speak. But now I think that's what it was because of that, because I was trying to always go against his authority, and which you ain't supposed to do, obviously. But he would get on to me like, I know you don't want to talk to me, but no matter what, I love you, and you need me, I need you. Like, we need each other. I'm gonna help you out in life, and you can help you become a man and such. And at the time, I wasn't really ready for that, and I wasn't mature enough to realize what the hell he's trying to do. But like now, I got the podcast stuff going. I'm on track with my life and shit. Me and him chop it up all the time and talk about life, and I like the fact. And it helped me realize a lot about having a father and being more thankful of that. Because growing up, I tried to push it away all the time. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, now that you grown, he was just looking out like for the best of you, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Then when we get like 16, 17, then we think that we the king. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We think we know it all.
Right. Yeah. Man, so how was Moore High School?
It was different. I went to Westmore, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, you did?
No, yeah, I went to Westmore, but it was just high school. I really didn't. I tried to do basketball, try to play sports and such.
Okay.
But I had this weird thing. So my brother was actually assistant coach.
Oh, he was.
And me and my brother didn't get along that well either. So I was like, fuck, I don't want to play basketball like that. So
damn, y'all didn't get along like that.
No, I didn't get along. It was really just, it's crazy. But you growing up, people that wanted the best for me, I didn't want to be around. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't want to be around them. Like, my dad wanted the best for me. My brother wanted to help me out with sports and anything.
Okay, so you was stubborn.
Yeah, I was very stubborn, bro. Okay, hard-headed. Yeah, they always say I'm hard-headed to this day, too. Okay. It's just less, Yeah. But, yeah, I tried to do sports and such, but high school was basically damn near a blur for me. I was just going with the wind, just doing what the fuck ever, really.
Yeah. Man, so what crowd was you around, though? Like, being mixed.
I was around my black friends most of the time.
Oh, you was?
I'll kick it with some Mexicans once in a while, but I'll be with some white kids too. Just going around. That's what, like I said earlier, being that I'm half Mexican, half black, and also grew up in Moore, I can hang out with everybody, anybody really. Like, I know how to converse with anybody. So that's the good thing about it.
And like you said, that you the class of class of 2017?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Y'all are way more diverse than the world used to be, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are way more acceptable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because like growing up, you know, my dad always tell me stories. It was a lot of like blacks versus Mexicans fights, and it was more like shit going on back then. Like races, different ethnicities, I should say, weren't getting along like that. So it's interesting to hear that, because in 2017 when I went to high school, everybody fucked with each other. Really, it wasn't really I mean, there was cliques, but you know what I'm saying, everybody really fucked with each other like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like kids these days, you know what I'm saying, like you can just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can pick what you want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, and nobody will judge you. You know what I'm saying? Man, but like when I was coming up, like there was cliques of people who did certain things, and you know what I'm saying? Like you'll be considered weird, like if you think outside the box.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So then you graduate. You know what I'm saying? What is this? This is 2 years ago.
Yeah, roughly 2-3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so what you like thinking? You know
So I was gonna go to school for psychology. I really like psychology.
Yeah.
But it was just something I just didn't know what the fuck to do. So I was like, I'm just gonna do psychology, and just that's the only thing everybody else do. And I was like, fuck it.
Okay.
But then I realized school really wasn't for me.
Okay.
And growing up, I didn't really pay attention to school or anything. I was there at school to kick it and just be bad and not really be paying attention. So when I got to college, I was not really learning nothing. So I kind of just would take less classes and kind of just cruise through, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when I started doing the podcast. It's 2018. So like next year, I was just like, it wouldn't get out of my head to do a podcast. I was like, I need to do one.
Oh God!
So I was like,
I got the universe was pushing you.
Yeah, definitely. And
man. So you listened to Tex in high school then?
Yeah, I was listening to Tex in high school, bro. and it's crazy because growing up in more, nobody else was listening to no Tax Stone and no Combat Jack. I was the only person that I knew of listening to it. So it felt so cool because I feel like I got something exclusive. And nobody knew who Tax was. So I'll turn on Tax every Wednesday and be walking around school just chilling, bro.
Exactly. Man, like you come off, man, like you already 30 though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah. Man, so you listen to Tax in the high school, like, man, that's crazy, man, because I don't know what I'll be on like if I was listening to Tex that young. You know what I'm saying? Bro. But that's cool that you took it serious though, because most kids wouldn't even click on it to take it serious though. You know what I'm saying?
He say a lot of real shit. That's why I like him. And you know, just random shit. He be just dropping little gems every episode. Like, he just don't sip champagne around beer sippers. I'm like, oh word. Like he just saying little shit. And then and next moment he'll say some outlandish shit, crazy shit. Like earlier I was listening to him earlier. He talking about
so you still listening to him?
Yeah, I still listen to him because I like to hear just random knowledge he be dropping.
Yeah.
Because he'll say some wild shit and then be safe though right there at the end of it. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I still listen to his episodes because like I said, the knowledge he has, it's crazy to see that, you know, where he's at now, but also just over time, he was dropping gems in every little episode and just saying some little shit that was like, wow, make you learn. So I still listen to his shit to this day, yeah.
So you started the podcast, man. Like, what did you do like to start the podcast?
Shit. Because I remember, I'm sure you're familiar with Anchor, the podcast platform.
Okay, yeah.
They kept promoting it was free. And my dad telling me like, boy, you better go on. They talking about it's free, whatever.
For real?
Okay, bet.
What'd you tell your dad?
I was like, because he always know I liked it. And he always told me I had, you know, the ability to do it because he always preached that to me, you know, believe in yourself, be who you are, do what you want to do. Don't just do whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try this out. So he helped me get some of the equipment.
See, that's cool right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and that's what young man like is missing too. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody to push you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I would have somebody to push me at 19 or 18 like that, man, come on, man. I would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Because I woke up at 30 and pushed my own self at 30. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool that you got that though, bro. Like,
I make sure to try to appreciate it. That's why I say I call him every day, try to chop it up with him because he's a bigger reason why I still keep going. Because even though he may be a little older, he still see the game of YouTube and podcasts, and he tell me just keep pushing that content out there, just keep doing you.
Bro, like the sky's the limit for you, bro. Like the sky's the limit for me. You know what I'm saying? But you, like the sky's the limit for you, bro. Like you already got 3 podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And at your age, And like you started right when it's really about to hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's blowing up right now. That shit crazy to see.
Real talk.
Yeah, but so I had bought like one microphone, pair of headphones, like a bundle on Amazon.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was just talking shit, just talking about sports, just talking about culture, whatever, just telling stories and shit. And I was getting some listens, and I was like, okay, bet. So I'm gonna just keep going.
Right, on Anchor.
Yeah, on Anchor. So
and they pay you, don't they?
They actually do pay you, but at the time they didn't. So
they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, even now they don't pay you a lot or nothing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, at the beginning it was really rough because I didn't know who was gonna listen. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I kept, I was looking at the numbers and people was actually tuning in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, bet. So I just kept going and said, fuck it, like I'm doing it. Might as well keep going, see where it go.
So, was you feeling good though?
Yeah,
when you started,
it just felt weird because
it did. Like what?
Me and like this. I guess when you don't know what you're doing your whole life and you don't know where you headed.
Yeah.
Once you start doing some shit that feel like it's for you, you start feeling kind of weird.
Oh God, you do. Like you feel uncomfortable.
Exactly. And
you know what I'm saying?
Used to chaos and shit. So when some shit going right, you looking around like, what the fuck going on?
Nah, real talk.
Yeah. So I started the podcast stuff, and even to this day, I mean, legit. Even to this day, I walk in my studio and I'm looking in the bitch like I'm really in my own podcast. Like I just mind blowing to me. I'm like, fuck, this is wicked as fuck.
Right. Because you thought about it for so long, man, and you manifested it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it came like it's mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? Because this is mind blowing for me that I got a camera set up now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But just keep pushing it, though, Man, so what made you want to start the second one then?
Okay, so this goes into a whole nother period of my life. So I had started battling really bad with depression.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I started ruining my own relationships with people and just self-sabotaging really bad. So basically,
so where was it coming from though, man? Because you said like in high school, man, that you didn't get along, you know what I'm saying, like with your brother.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what it was. I just grew up and I had a lot of issues with like fear of abandonment and such.
Okay.
I was really close.
Yeah, we all had that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like everybody.
You know what I'm saying? For sure.
And I'm just now realizing that too.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be, I guess, I don't want to say more in depth than others, but because you can, if you notice it, you like, oh shit. And then sometimes some people gonna be like, it come out and they don't even really know that it's there, and it's really a strong sense of it, I guess you want to say. So, my mom, unfortunately, my mom was in a lot of abusive relationships, and I was really close to her, so I had to see her go through a lot of shit. And so when I started growing up and I started getting into relationships, I started ruining them. I was being manipulated, crazy, controlling. I was really that crazy guy people like talk about, And unfortunately, I had to actually go get real help. So I started going to therapy, and I started, becoming more in tune with my feelings, my thoughts and emotions, and started having to stop self-sabotaging my own life. Because I think, as men, we had an issue of not talking about our emotions and saying, you know what I'm saying? So in relationships, I didn't really converse like that. I didn't talk about how I really felt. I just wanted to put on this act like, I'm straight. Right. At the end, it ended up catching up to me. So I started going to therapy and such. So then.
Okay, man. So what made you say, okay, man, I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to go.
It was really just the fact I got tired of living the way I was living. I mean, truly, I just was like, I can't keep ruining my own life. I can't keep getting into relationships and girls. Because once you get into multiple relationships and and you get different people you're with, and they all telling you the same thing, then you kind of like, oh shit, I'm really the problem. If they keep looking at you, telling you, yeah, you manipulating, or you controlling, you doing
Hold
this.
on, wait a minute though. Yeah, man, but man, it's 2020 and you class of 2017, man. So how many relationships, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, no, I was in, so I got in two. I know because it's high school, so it's not like real relationships, but
no, it's real relationships in high school.
Yeah, it's true. So I was in two, and I was in both of those for like almost 2 years. So I had issues with both of those girls, and even like their families and such, because they didn't like me, and they kind of could tell where I was in life. Like I wasn't really, I guess, focused on anything or doing anything with myself.
Yeah, but you still like considered a kid too, though.
Exactly. So I had to deal with that. Like think of, I'm just a kid. Like why is everyone kind of like, putting this on me? Yeah. At the same time, I knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it just goes into telling a girl what she need to wear, telling her how she need to act, and you know what I'm saying, being really not that good dude. So I was just. So
was you insecure?
Yes, yes, perfect. Yeah, I was very insecure with who I was, and I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. in, so I made other people feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
And they was bad, and you couldn't handle it.
It basically is what it was. It was even that, or just they had a strong personality, or it was just something I wasn't used to. So I would act out, or I would just be, like I said, if you hate yourself, you start other people gonna hate you too, because you're gonna put that out. So I was with girls, and I ain't even probably should have been in a relationship. I probably should have been learning who I wanted to be and experiencing shit and living in high school, not dating, and just that only,
Man, yeah, man, but you mature for your age, though, man, because from 18 to 21, man, I say, hey, man, just trick it off. You know what I'm saying? Trick your life off, you know what I'm saying? Experience everything that you can within that window and then start, you know what I'm saying? But me, I went my whole 20s, though, you know what I'm saying? And you waking up right now, man. So that's real maturity, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I give that to therapy, though, all the time. I tell people therapy it's a good self-reflection. So you can go in your therapist's office all you want and complain, but they're going to ask you at the end of the day, how do you feel? What are you doing to, help yourself out? Right, so once I started doing that, I realized I can't blame every girl I'm dating. I can't blame my mom. I can't blame my dad. I'm getting to the age where I got to take accountability and, work on myself and do some shit I want to do in life and not just, let external things control me all the time and control my emotions and shit. So
Okay. Man, that's nice. So then you wanted to start a podcast over that?
Yeah. So I wanted to start a podcast over that. So yeah, like I told you earlier, so I was going for a minute. It was getting hard doing it by myself, like talking about mental health just by myself, because I don't have the qualifications or nothing. So I was like, I don't want to be preaching to people stuff, and I don't even really know everything like that either. So I reached out to a bunch of therapists. It was like 11 different therapists. I sent a mass email out like, hey, I had this show, I did this and that, like, see if you want to come on. And I met up this dude, Wes, and we talked for like 2 or 3 hours. And now he comes every other Friday, and we just chop it up about mental health. And now he like a friend of mine too. So
that's nice, bro. Yeah, that's real nice, man. That you even thought to just to send an email out like that, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta take that risk sometimes. I think bro. You just gotta take that risk.
Right. Then he hit you back and said what, like he agreed to be like the co-host or the host?
He agreed to just meet up with me. So we met up and we was just chopping it up. And I was like, what? I asked him off the bat, I'm like, what even made you meet up with me? I'm some random dude off of email. And he was like, your email was straightforward. Like, I know you just need somebody to come on and talk. And he was like, I see my other therapist friends getting into content and podcasts and stuff. So I want to do that myself. It helped me out too.
Right.
I was like, bet. So now he just comes on and now he's like officially my co-host. So we just talk all the time about mental health.
Yeah, man. Y'all need to have me on, man.
Oh, definitely, bro. We can get you on there, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Man, so how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that one for a year officially now. So I started the Alexander Taylor Show. It was formerly I Know That I Know Nothing. That was the show.
It was what?
It was called I Know That I Know Nothing.
Oh, okay. That's cool, too.
And that's just, based off the name of, you go your whole life thinking you know everything, you realize you don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Kendrick songs, Mama.
Yeah, bro. I know. Yeah. So I started that 2018 of June, and then I did my mental health one 2018, but December. So I just passed my yearly for lesson therapy. So
yeah, man. Well, congrats on that, man. That's 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, though. You know. So it's on Anchor too.
Yeah. So it's on Anchor, and then it's on like 8 different platforms.
Oh,
so,
it is.
Yeah, it'll be on. It's on Apple Podcast, Spotify.
Okay.
All of them.
So do you get feedback on Anchor?
No, I do not. I don't not get feedback much on any of my stuff, but I keep getting listeners, and it bothers the fuck out of me because I'll be asking people like, hit me, like, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like, but I don't get no feedback. So I should keep tuning in. So,
so should I put my podcast on Anchor?
I don't know. It's what do you go through now?
I just go through Apple Podcasts.
Oh, so you do the RSS feed like just through the straight website?
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart as hell. No, you keep doing what you're doing. That's actually pretty smart. But I mean, if you want to get to other platforms like Spotify and Stitcher, and
I'm on Spotify. Like they got a link where, like on my website, like there's a link where you can put all that in though.
Oh, word.
Yeah, but I'm not on Anchor. Like an Anchor paid you though, because this one girl on Twitter was saying like she made like $200 on the episode.
Yeah, you can make a decent amount if you get a good amount of listeners, you'll make some money for sure. So I mean that's really up to you. But if you already on Spotify, Apple, then I mean it's really up to you if you want to make the extra step to go through Anchor or just put it on Anchor.
Right. Okay. So then the third one.
Yeah, the third one. So I started this show with my girlfriend now. Yeah, we've been together for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, next week we'll be together for 3 years.
Okay, man. Well, congrats on that, man. All these anniversaries, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. So after those 2 relationships, man, I just kept just like going to therapy and such, and then I finally met her, and then now we click like I ain't never clicked with nobody ever. So
okay, so you think the counseling helped that too?
Yeah, the counseling definitely helped that, and just overall, she's more I guess understanding too, and more empathetic and such. So we started clicking. Next thing you know, I was like, let's start a show together. Like, I just want to chop it up with you, and we do, because I was getting on my regular show, she was coming on, I was getting a little bit more listens when she came on. So I was like, oh, people like when me and you talk. So I was like, we should do like a
man. But how are you seeing these numbers?
Anchor showed me the numbers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we
see, I don't look at numbers though, because I don't want it to mess my head up, because it might be a number that I don't want to see, or it might be too much where I get too big. So I've never once looked at my numbers.
I try not to, but it's really stupid. But at the same time, Anchor, the way their fucking website set up, once you go on that bitch, your number's right there. So it's like, but at the same time, I try not to look, but I do look occasionally just to see what people like more and what they don't. And it's just see a spike. And so like I had one episode get like 900 listens, and I was like, what the fuck this come from? Like, I was confused as fuck. So but no, again, I would advise anyone who do a podcast not to look, because it is better not to look. But
I swear it is.
It will. But yeah, so I started noticing though, she was, she came on, people started checking in a little bit more. So I was like, let's do a show together where we drink wine and talk about couples related stuff. So we just started that like a few months ago.
Oh, okay. Man, so how's it going though?
It's going good. We're just trying to get the right setup for it, because I'm in one room. I'm just in one bedroom. So on one wall, I have a setup for me and her show. And then I got my setup for my show, and then I got to do another setup. So it's difficult, but it's going.
Well, man, I ordered this like this shower curtain, man, on Amazon, where you can put your logo on it. Right?
Oh, word?
Yeah. Man, so y'all can order that, man, and put it on the wall though.
That's dope as hell. I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah, we're gonna try to check that out. I bet.
Yeah, man, for $20 too.
Oh, you can put your logo on that mug for $20?
Yeah.
We're gonna check that shit out then.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah, that's cool. So is she like the co-host, or is she the host?
She's technically, we both, I would just say we both the co-hosts in a sense, because I try not to guide the show too much, because it's hard not to.
Right.
But I try to let her go a little bit more. That's what the wine is for though, to kind of loosen her up, because she's not really used to obviously talking on the mic like that.
Okay, yeah.
So we try to drink the wine, and
So is she getting comfortable now?
Yeah, she is getting a little comfortable. Right. I think, it's still weird talking to a mic and listening to yourself all the time. It's still kind of weird for me to this day.
See, but I edited over, like 100, episodes. So I had to hear myself like 100 times, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm used to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like when I first started, it was like, man, it was cringy, right?
Yeah. Do you listen to your whole episodes? Have you listened to a whole episode besides the editing? Do you go back and listen to your whole? I haven't either. I was wondering.
After the editing, I don't go back and listen to it. I mean, it's too weird.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't even feel real when you, like, for me, when I open the podcast app and I scroll through shows and then I'm on there.
Right.
And I'm just like, this is so fucking weird. I even got this going on in the first place.
Right. Like when Tax was dropping on Wednesdays, and Joe was dropping, and then I'll drop on Wednesday. Like for me to see my my logo cover. Man, like Bob Ayers is still crazy to me.
It's still, bro, just to see even next. Even though they don't even know who I am, for myself, when I look, it's just like very self-fulfilling. I'm like, damn, I really got a show on Apple Podcasts, and I got Joe Budden right here on the damn same platform, and Tax and all these other people. Right. It's just still crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy as hell, bro.
Okay, man, so where you want to take it, though? Like, where you want to take your podcast?
Truthfully, I don't know yet. I have this sense of I don't know, like, I like what Joe Budden doing so much, the fact that he's rebranded himself, and I see that man everywhere, feel like, and then I see the tours and all that. So, and in the future, I would love to be able to do that, but I really just want to get my message out there about mental health, but I also want to just be me and, just grow from that, because I think, no one wants to work a 9 to 5 their whole life. No one wants to have to, have a boss or anything. So I'm like, why not try to create content, which is something I love to do, And then hopefully one day I can make money from it, and that can be my main career. So in the future, though, I don't know. I would hope to have multiple shows for other people and shit, and just have a whole, like, you know, like Loudspeakers Network, like how they got their shit and other podcasts, something like that. I would hope one day.
Right. So is you and your girl on YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. I have it under just Alex Taylor Productions. So it's just me and her show on there. It will be me on there, and then me and the counselor on there as well. So I try to mix it up. I do vlogs on there too, and then I'll shoot other like videography content. I just try to mix it up and do anything, bro, just to, you know, put some content out there. Yeah,
I'm about to get on YouTube. Man, we're back on YouTube because I was on YouTube, about 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Off Joe Budden TV, and then I named mine B Mays TV, and then he still inspired me, you know what I'm saying, like just with the podcast, you know what I'm saying? And now he's going on tour, and then the Spotify deal, you know what I'm saying? Bro. Man, it's just like, he inspires the creators, you know what I'm saying?
That Spotify deal was big. Like, it really big. Opened my eyes to like what is out there. I'm like, this man signed an exclusive deal. And then if you hear him talk about it behind closed doors, like they gave him on Rory a fucking bag, like up in the mills he's talking about, but he won't say what, but he, you know, he insinuate he getting like a mill, and I'm like, that's a mind blowing as hell. They've been doing this for free for 3 years, and look what came out of it, like that patience and that work ethic, and now they getting that bag and going on tours. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, but his next deal, man, is going to be even bigger because he's the #1 podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, I think he got something in the works, but we don't know. But I think he got something in the works. Something he definitely
big. Real big. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that Maul and Roy stuck with him, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they was about to break camp. You know what I'm saying? Because they was tired because he was turning down deals.
Yeah, I heard that episode. Yeah, they was finna fight like for real. It was getting real because he was turning down some good bags. They was thinking, they was like, we trying to get paid for this now.
Exactly.
And he was turning them shits down. They said they was pissed at that man.
Right. And then he came with the deal that made sense. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And now they own. You know what I'm saying? And now they on the couch talking. You know what I'm saying? Like and making M's. And now they going on tour and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the sky's the limit with this if you really just believe in yourself. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I told you, I went to that Dallas show and it blew my fucking mind. Because I'm like, man. They really up here on this stage kicking it. Like they legit just chopping it up with each other, kicking it. Right. And it's not about just getting paid. Just it was like a certain aura in this arena. I was like, I feel like we was all just kicking it together. Like we was all family because they would make jokes and shit we only know. And he dropped that Joe Budden little drop, and he'll drop the Mon Rory drop, and it's just funny shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is dope as hell to see this become a thing. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm gonna make the show next month. Yeah.
Oh, word? Okay, the one in Dallas? Yeah, I'm thinking about going again, to be honest with you. I'm low-key thinking about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, yeah, man. Well, hit me, man.
I'll hit you if I go, because that's definitely gonna be dope to see again. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. Man, so what do you see, man, like with the mental health, like the main problem? You know what I'm saying? Like when you and a counselor hook up and, man, just talking like, what's the main problem with humans, like you think?
In my strong opinion, I believe all of us, just in general, have an issue with thinking, you know, and I started going through something called cognitive behavioral therapy. So you focus on what you're thinking and focus on internal more than external. So if I come in there and I'm trying to say, oh, so-and-so made me mad, and they're like, what were you thinking for them to make you mad? And I'm like, what do you mean? They made me mad. And he's like, no, you let them make you mad. You let this situation make you so upset. So once I started doing that, and I started really getting big to self-help. So I started reading a bunch of books. Okay. And then I was like, bet. So I started getting in tune with what I'm thinking. And when I'm having bad days or I'm feeling like sad or mad or depressed, I start really just stop trying to get used to blaming external and think for a second, like, what am I thinking to cause this situation to be so bad? Right. And then I try to redirect the thoughts. So you got to be kind of mindful with it, and you got to be, it's a very hard task, I'll tell you that much, but you can definitely get through it. But I definitely think a lot of people just suffer from that problem of just thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? Overthinking and just on the go. Right. And don't ever take that calm down moment.
And they really don't even know they thoughts that they thinking.
Yeah, you know exactly.
Like the calm down moment is where you say, okay, why am I thinking this? How do I feel? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
those are the calm down moments, man, that people don't go to because they just go straight to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they want to just go. I feel like we get that. It's the fight or flight. People, some shit happen, they just boom, instantly mad, instantly upset, and it's like you don't have to do that. You can do that, but it's just not healthy. You know, over time, it's gonna catch up to you.
Right. So what do you say about the women? Like, what does he say?
When I'm going to therapy, we talk a lot about relationships. Okay. And we talk about the dynamic of the difference of, you know, I feel like men don't speak about their emotions enough, and we don't, you know, open up enough. And then, but for me, in my opinion, with experience of women, I think just relationship wise, I can't speak obviously because I'm not a woman, but
no, I'm saying, like, does he say like anything that the women are going through, like mentally?
No, not really. We haven't. Okay. We really need to do that though. I was thinking about that one day though. We need to get into, because I've always talked to a lot of females about a lot of problems, and to be truthful though, I do think we all suffer with the same kind of issues. Yeah. Women, it may be maxified some little bit just because women are more in touch with their emotions and such. So it may seem like, I guess, dramatic or like too much.
But you never know what they like their upbringing was too.
Exactly.
You
That's
know
the point.
Because it's a lot of people that suffering from their upbringing. You know? Like, we are pretty much suffering from our upbringing.
At the end of the day, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you went and and got help from your upbringing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I had to learn, like I said, just keep learning that, you know, everything that happens to me doesn't have to be the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be depressed. Okay. I can choose to be. If I want to sit in my room all day and not do nothing, bro, for a week, and not eat, not drink, not sleep, not do shit, I'm going to be depressed. But if I truly want to get up and go move on with my life and try to work on myself, that's healthier, and that's something I'd rather do. So I had to make that decision for myself.
Yeah, man, but mental stress, it's hard though.
Oh, it's definitely hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Man, and not everybody got mental strength. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, you know, like, it's hard to work out. It's, man, it's hard to be consistent on the podcast. Man, it's hard to be consistent on the business that you want to start. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, there's a lot of people who just give up because the process is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think too, it's like you just said, a lot of people just don't have that mental strength, but I don't know. I was at that point where I feel like I didn't have nothing. I didn't feel like I had any strength mentally. I didn't think I was going to go anywhere in life. But I think once you kind of start loving yourself and like started thinking about what you do have in life, you can kind of slowly get that mental strength. Because when you don't have, I'm not going to say when you don't have mental strength, but when people who are struggling with trying to do whatever they're trying to do in life, it's because I feel like we got to live in that state of gratitude and be thankful for when we wake up in the morning, be thankful for who we have in our life. And then we kind of just start building and want to do something and try to get that strength if it's there, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And, you know, not a lot of people even take like kids like serious like that though. You know what I'm saying? Because like with you being so young, like an adult wouldn't even take you serious that you talking about like your mental health and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, like in this day, it's very important though. You know what I'm saying? So even a 12-year-old can say that his mental ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
They feel depressed.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody like in tune with themselves right now. You know?
But it was weird because like when I started getting older, I started realizing how much like in the African American culture they would just like I had a lot of issues with depression and stuff, and I would get, you acting like a white boy or something. You doing, you get that talk. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then as I got older,
we all suffering from it.
Exactly. We really all suffering, but just growing up in that culture, you hear that type shit. And then, but when I got older though, my dad started having mental health issues and stuff, so he started to become more aware. So now we chop it up by mental health. But when I was growing up, him and my mom would be like, "You acting like a white boy. You acting like them kids at school. You tripping. You depressed." Like they would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So. It's interesting how that dynamic has changed over time, because now in 2020, I feel like it is getting better. I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, man, but back then, you know, that's what they'll make fun of you for going to a white school and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But now they all want to go to a white school.
Yeah, definitely. I would get a lot of shit from because my mom and my family like situation. Me and my brother the only ones going to more schools, and we get a lot of shit from our family like, "Oh, y'all want to go with them rich kids," and they call us white kids, and they fuck with us.
Yeah, but that's two different races that you got to go through though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My mom just at the end of the day always told us, I just want y'all in better education. That's it. But you get around your family and shit, they think you all bougie and uppity and they making fun of you and shit. So.
Right. That's just that thing I went through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I had to flip my name to Shot of Brandy Podcast, because I got made fun of because of my name, you know what I'm saying?
Word? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then you went to Edmond, so you was in that culture as well, huh? That's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Nah, man, that's crazy though.
Yeah, it's definitely, bro. It's wild because I'll be with, because at the end of the day, I'm me. And no matter what, like, it's my family. They love me, but they still gonna fuck with me about it. They still gonna talk shit to me and call me uppity and shit. But it's whatever, it's whatever.
Okay, yeah, man. So this year, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you have any goals for your podcast this year that you want to hit?
Right now I'm up to, I think I'm reaching. Like, again, I try to tell people don't be paying attention to plays, but sometimes I like to keep track of where I'm at. So I'm about to hit 10,000 plays on my Alexander Taylor show. Okay. So I'm about to, I want to really get up there. You know what I'm saying? Not even just because no matter what, for me, in my opinion, podcast for me, and even for you probably, just trying to get that reach, because it's not even about making the money or the plays. You just want to touch people and get your message out. Right. Because at the end of the day, that's why we started a podcast, just so we can, talk and people can hear us, and, we can get our personalities out there. So that's what I'm hoping this year. Get my YouTube game up. I think that's really what it is, my YouTube channel going as best as possible. Exactly.
Nah, man, but 10,000 plays, man, that's big.
It doesn't feel like it though. That's what's crazy, because it's like, I think it's a long game.
I never checked the numbers, so
exactly. So you ain't checked the numbers, but it's just so, because you're doing it for free, so it's like you just keep going, and you don't really, because you do a job or something, you get paid for it, so you kind of see the benefit of it. So when you do a podcast, the benefit of it, you get to get your emotions off about shit. You get to talk about stuff, have a little fun, but at the same time, you're doing it for free. So it's kind of hard to balance out, having a job, doing that, and then getting your personal life together and keeping the pod going. You know what I'm saying? So
like it's a man, like it's a task. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you got to stay organized and shit. I like doing it. You know
exactly. At the end of the day,
Not a lot of people got hobbies and shit like that. Like if you look around, there's not like a lot of people who know what they want to do in their free time. You know what I'm saying? Like they follow the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think because you play basketball too, right? Or you did sports? Okay, yeah. So that's what it was for me. I tried to stick to a sport or something, and not knocking anyone that do sports, but a lot of people play sports. So it was just, I didn't feel like basketball's for me, and then I just like, man, I like talking. And, I got class clown in high school, so I was like, maybe, people might like my personality or something. Yeah. And again, I like text on, I like hearing podcasts, so why would I not try to do one myself and just see how it goes,
Exactly. Man, so what's your favorite podcast out right now?
Man, that's hard to say. I don't know. I'm really fucking with Joe Budden heavy right now. Okay, I'm really fucking with Joe Budden, but I like Joe Rogan, of course, like everybody else. Cause Joe Rogan just, he
raw.
Man, that shit is so, and it'd be 2-3 hours long, but the guests he bring on are so smart. It's like you can't not tune in. But really, I might say hotboxing Mike Tyson might be my joint right now.
Oh, for real?
I'm liking how Mike Tyson, the way he is right now. You know
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, anybody can start a podcast, man, and show they like and show they side. You know what I'm saying? Who would to think, man, that Mike Tyson
be sitting down
podcasts a crack like that? You know what I'm saying? But it's really cracking though.
Yeah,
you know
it really is, man. Yeah. He getting, and I don't know if it's because the DMT and all like the drugs he's experiencing and stuff. But he coming more open minded to stuff, and he dropping some real deep knowledge on his shit. So I'm liking it a lot. Lately.
Yeah, man. Like Mike Tyson is smart. You know what I'm
very
saying?
Smart. Yeah,
but the media try to play him like he wasn't. He just don't know how to pronounce his words good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But I don't know how to pronounce my words good though. You know what I'm saying? But we still trying though.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Like
that's why you got respected. Yeah.
Like I got friends who who got masters and all that, man, and they won't even start a podcast though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they went to school for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like marketing and all that. You know?
I ran into that. because I was meeting a lot of people. They we chop it up in person. They had all these opinions and such, and then I get them on the pod and they could barely talk. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like that's when you got to kind of give yourself like the respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize, damn it does take a lot really to come in here, sit down and talk for an hour or so. Because some people literally can't. They got degrees for it, or they run their mouth all the time on Twitter or whatever. They got all these opinions, but you get them in front of a mic, they can barely even spit out 2 words. So.
Right, exactly. Man, it's all about really just doing it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And not making excuses and just, because I'm nervous. Man, I'm real nervous about my YouTube. Like, I haven't even started, like, my YouTube opinions, because there's, like, a sector on YouTube that I'm a part of, but I haven't dropped any videos, so they don't even know that I got, like, like, my own podcast and stuff.
Oh, word? So you just kind of, like, keep it low-key?
Well, I'm keeping it low-key because I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's going to be so much people judging you. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what if one video hit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it go viral. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be thinking the same thing. It's like you want it to happen, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck, am I going to be able to deal with them comments and shit, bro?
Bro, like, like, my name is Brandy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be like adults making fun of me now instead of like the kids, like when I was like younger, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be so much that I gotta prepare myself that I know that I gotta prepare myself for, because it's black people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna roast you. I mean,
they will roast your motherfucking ass.
But like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the twist you did on your name is fucking excellent. Like, I remember, and it was crazy. I found your show. I looked up on Instagram because I try to find other people to do this shit so I can
for real
connect, and just so I can you know what I'm saying, see what they got going on, so I can learn and we can chop it up about stuff, because this podcast game is different. So it's nice to talk to people that's in the game too. But
and especially in Oklahoma, because it's not big.
Yeah, it's not big at all right now. Right. So I literally looked up the hashtag Oklahoma podcast. I don't know if you've ever hashtagged it or something, but I found it. I found your page, and then I went to go listen and such, and I'm like, oh damn, and I'm like, what's his name? And then I was like, Brandy, and then shot it, bro. I was like, oh, bet, that's dope as fuck. So
damn,
that's definitely a good twist in your name. Though I give you credit for that. That's dope. You did that.
So I need to start using the hashtags more then.
I use the hashtags on my shit a lot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I found your show. So, I mean, the hashtags work. Okay. But I looked at your logo and like how you got the drink and stuff, and I was like, man, that's dope as fuck.
Okay, that's cool then, man. I appreciate you reaching out to me too, though.
Of course, bro. Like you just said, it's not a lot of us here in Oklahoma, and if there is a lot, we don't know, because we don't be linking or connecting like other. You got Atlanta, you got like Dallas people. I see all them linking and connecting, but Oklahoma is Oklahoma at the end of the day. Right. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I seen that you said that like in one of your podcasts, man. So what's your experience like with the creators in Oklahoma? Because there's a lot of nice creators, but not a lot of people knows. Like, there's not like a hub where everybody knows everybody. You know what I'm saying?
From my experience, like, because we got in my experience, I've reached out to like a lot of us. I'm gonna say hip hop culture podcasts and just shooting this shit type of thing. Yeah. Because I got another dude I link with. His name is Archer, and he's from Norman. And I've done his podcast too, but there's only select few where I meet, and it's I guess the African American community podcast. Wow. So I can link with these people and I can connect with these people. But then I reach out to this other side where they got like people like the governor on, and they got other type of people on, and they just shoot me down. Like, they don't really even want to have me on at all. They don't even, like, I got one dude kind of told me, he was like, oh, I'll holler at you later, I'm a little busy type of thing. And I was like, ever since then, I was like, okay, bet. Like, that's type of
So what's the podcast?
The podcast that did it?
Yeah. No, like, what's the podcast? What, it was in the city?
Yeah, they're in the city. I'll just say this is Oklahoma. It's a dude, he does a podcast. Okay. I can't think of the other dude's name. And then I had this dude his name is I don't know his name, but it's called Defining Moments Podcast. I reached out to him, and then he hit me with that, like, oh, I'm busy, I'll holler at you later type of thing. And I've reached out to other people that are more within the community, I guess, that we kind of need, because they do got that push. They got that network, but they don't be showing no love or nothing. So it's just weird, but I'm like, maybe I just need to stick with my group, you know what I'm saying, who talk about hip hop and they ain't afraid to cuss and be, out there, you know what I'm saying? Nah,
bro, don't let it discourage you, bro, because I've been turned down several times, not hit back, stood up, you know what I'm saying? Man, I don't let that man, I don't even let that affect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know myself. You know what I'm saying? Like they think that you trying to come on their stuff like and take their audience or something. So they in fear mode. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even about that, man. It's just about just linking up. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't know. I just find it odd because I'm like, if you got a podcast, like you know, you kind of got to be open to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you shut down anybody? It's a podcast. That's what it's there for, to learn and talk to anybody from anywhere. Right. So when I was getting them replies, I was getting discouraged a little bit, but like you just said, I just had to realize, like, I know who I am. I know myself. I know I still got my shows going on. So, like, you know, fuck them at the end of the day. Like, they don't want to have me on, and fuck them. Because, I mean, I get it, too, because they don't know me. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, if people don't reply to me or something, like, when you didn't reply to me, I didn't feel no type of way because I'm like, he don't know me. So, like, I can't feel no way because I understand that. If you don't know me and I don't know you and we just randomly reaching out on social media.
Yeah, but I don't know none of my guests, though.
Oh, worse, see, I think you knowing these people.
Well, some of them, like, I know of them, but I don't be knowing them like that.
Word? Okay, yeah. See, a lot of people I've had come on mine. I've known
like, I know what they do.
Yeah, but you don't know them, like, on a personal level. Oh, word, okay.
Yeah.
See, for some reason, I don't know. I thought you had them connects. You was like these people you grew up with or something. See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, man, but the universe brought us together, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we started the same way.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, we listened to the same people. You know what I'm saying? So what's for you, like, is always going to be for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about other people, bro. I'm telling you.
Definitely. I'm going to have to keep that in mind because, man, I'll be, you know, reaching out to guests, like you say, get stood up and such. But I also had the issue of people coming along with me, trying to help me and trying to tell me they're going to help me and all this. And the next thing you know, they ain't here no more. You know, I actually started another show. Damn, I had 4 shows at one point. So check this out. I know, bro. This shit crazy. But I had started a show called Oklahoma Cannabis. And it was going. I mean, we hit 1,000 followers in like 2 months on Instagram. I'm talking about, we had a politician on. We was getting people banging, like trying to send us free stuff, like, you know.
Okay, so what happened, bro?
Bro just switched up out of nowhere. I'm like hitting him, like, hey, dude, we got 1,000 followers on Instagram. Like, we need to get on it.
Yeah.
And he just started acting weird. Like, he didn't have that much enthusiasm as he did at first. Because at first, he hit me like, oh, this is a first Oklahoma Cannabis podcast. Like, this is going to be like a new car. Everybody's going to
So y'all still got the Instagram?
Yeah, well, we actually still do. It's still on there. I don't have access to it, though. But our clips and stuff are still on there. And
what you mean you ain't got the access? Well, he got the access to it?
Yeah, it locked me out. So I don't have the access to it. So, but yeah, I was going to.
What, he hated on you and locked you out? Or the account locked you out?
The account locked me out. I don't know, though. But I could just
because y'all had weed and stuff on it.
Well, no, it's not that. I think it was the email was tied to his email, so I was trying to delete. I was gonna just rebrand that whole Instagram, man, and then it kicked me out. But yeah, bro, just
I had politicians on there.
Bro, we had the youngest city councilman ever. I mean, in Norman, she was 24 years old. She came on because she has a medical card. And then we had, I'm not kidding, bro, 3 or 4 different politicians trying to come on. We had growers and dispensary owners banging it like, can we please come on? Can we please come on? I mean, we had all that momentum to where I was like, bet, this gonna go. Next thing you know, he was just like acting so weird, bro, so weird. And then
y'all had the free stuff.
Well, I'm talking about merch. I'm talking all that flour, concentrate. They was trying to send us everything. Let's get that
back going, bro.
hey, look.
Like, I'll do it with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that can be one of the biggest podcasts in here because once it go recreational, it's over with.
Exactly. And I'm talking about live shows at dispensaries. I'm talking about we had that mug, like our DMs was blowing up every day. And this was new to me because my 2 shows weren't really banging like that at the time. Right. So I'm like, bet, like, this is good. And he was talking me up, like, we're going to get this going. It's going to change our lives type shit. I'm like, all right, bet. Right. Next thing you know, he ain't here no more. I don't even speak to him. I don't know what he do. I don't know what the hell. So I had to experience that. I had experienced other people trying to say they was gonna help me and, you know, invest also money and stuff, and then they not here. People saying they gonna work with me, and they not here. So you kind of got to go in your lonesome, man.
Yeah. Nah, man. Like, you just got to find the right people too. Like the people that's hungry too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to be hungry for this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's the hard thing. Let me say that then. To find those hungry people and they really hungry. You know, some people trying to. I don't know. I guess it's the best analogy I got because, you know, people say they're trying to eat, but like, is you really trying to eat? Like, I'm trying to buffet. I'm trying to eat all day. I'm trying to go. You know, I see you up early in the morning editing and stuff.
Right.
Like, I'll be up doing the same shit. I'm trying to go, bro.
Exactly,
you know, and some people say that and they tweet it and they preach it, but behind closed doors, they're not really trying to make the moves. And that shit's so weird to me. I'm like, bro, if you gonna say you trying to do these things, you gotta go, bro.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, man. Well, just let me know, man. We can start it back up, man. I'll pull up with the
definitely, bro. Definitely.
board. You know what I'm saying? Like the 4 mics. You know what I'm saying? It'll be official.
Yeah, man.
Then you got to invite me out to one of your shows too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I got to get you out to Taylor show, bro. We got to get you on there. We got to chop it up on there, bro. We got to chop it up on there. Because I like the fact I meet somebody else that fuck with tax, because I kind of know what you on at the end. A little bit, you know what I'm saying? I know what you on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And like we started from a New York dude, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody around here like really showed us what a podcast is.
No one, It's not like we had somebody to listen to that was from here,
Exactly. So we had to go out to New York where they already like 2 seasons ahead of us. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I didn't even think about that because you got Tax Stone, New York, Joe Budden is in New York, and then Charlamagne the God, New York. Damn, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's wicked.
But you got to realize, man, that Tax, he started off getting bread though.
Yeah, I know. He talks about that, yeah.
Because that producer, a dude, like brought him in, like he was signed to that Loud Noise.
Loudspeakers Network,
Right. You know what I'm saying? So he was already getting bread, but that's the market that they got out there. Though.
Yeah,
you know
and I think his Twitter was popping that much because for them to give him that bread off the jump, it blew my mind. But he was getting that the fucking who was sponsoring Bevel sponsoring his shit, Duce and all these people was sponsoring his shows, and he met Jay-Z and all that shit was going on.
As soon as he met Jay-Z, shit, man, he was gone.
I was mind blown. I'm like, this bro just like started from podcasting for real, and now he's kicking it with Jay-Z and shit. Like that's wicked as fuck.
Exactly. And then like I watched them like off in the like when they were shooting in that room, and I watched so many videos. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna get caught because all they gotta do is go back to the podcast. Like,
oh man, yeah.
Nobody had beef with Troy Ave.
Yeah, and
except him.
He was always talking shit about him on there, and
every week,
bro. Randomly, he be talking about some merch. Oh, by the way, fuck Troy Ave. Be safe though, and then move on to another. And I'm like, bro, leave that man alone. Like, I get it, y'all got beef and shit, but like, that's not gonna end up pretty at all. And it didn't, and he's still locked up. So
have you heard his podcast? Like,
when he in jail?
Yeah.
I listen to him. It's obviously still not the same because like,
but it kind of is still the same because he's still dropping knowledge.
He is too, but
because he was on this one podcast and he was like, "Man, I'm more free than y'all is."
Oh shit, I did hear about that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I looked out, I was like, damn, he is more free mentally.
Then we are, definitely.
Right. I was like, man, he still got it. You know what I'm saying? He still
do. He talk about doing the yoga and reading his books every day and shit. So it's still the same. I don't know, that authenticity, hearing when I'm on the mic, you know what I'm saying? He chopping up with somebody and he really kicking it. You know, I just really miss that.
Days, man. That's what people don't realize, man. But you was in high school. That's still crazy.
I think too is like being in high school, listening to him, it gave me, like you said, from New York mentality stuff and just hearing different people talk about, because people in New York hungry, they trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? So being in Oklahoma and I'm listening to it, nobody else is either. And I'm like, fuck, I'm listening to this man. I'm like, shit, I'm trying to get to this bag. I'm trying to just chase my dreams and shit. Because you see Tax doing it, and that like he talk about walking down the street and he just walking and seeing people listening to his episodes. They like pointing out that, like, bro, I was just listening in New York. He walking down the street, somebody driving it when they whip, and they listening to him. And I'm like, that's very inspirational, bro. That's crazy.
Off top, man. I appreciate you coming out, AT, man.
Of course. You know we gotta get you on my show really soon, bro. We gotta get that.
Off top. Shout out Brandy Podcast, man. That's episode 125, man, with AT Podcast. 1 of 3, 1 of 4, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Keep dishing out that content, man. Like Gary V say, man, just keep dishing it out. You know what I'm saying?
He said that content is currency, and that shit got me every time. Like, damn, bad.
On me. All right, man. I appreciate you, man.
Definitely appreciate it, bro. Of course.
That was good, man.
It's dope, bro.